Hey guys, and welcome to another episode. Today in this video, I'm going to be doing a couple little details on the Mini. So I've got behind me my Mini Cooper again, and I'm going to be doing a couple modifications to it. So the first ones that I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my fenders. So I'm going to show you behind me. Right here I've got my stock fenders, and you can see that I've got an amber reflector up front, and on the back of the car I have a red reflector. They work, they do the trick, but I'm not really content with the color of them. The color that the car is right now is a light color that looks very creamish. BMW calls it pepper white. Now, the thing about this color is that because it's light, any kind of off color will very contrast this pepper white. So you can see that we've got bright red brake calipers, and the other thing that stands out is the amber reflector. So I'm going to be taking this out, and I'm going to be replacing it with a clear reflector instead. And when we're done with it, it's going to look like this. So you can see that we've got a regular reflector, looks and fits the exact same way, but the color is different. So we've got a clear one in this fender right here, and this is what's going on the driver's side of the vehicle, and we're gonna be replacing these amber ones along with the red ones found on the back of the car with clear ones. Now, they're very simple in design. All that we're taking out is the little bulb that's found on the back side of the reflector. We're gonna take that out from the amber one and use it for our clear one. So it's a simple straight up swap, and I'm gonna show you today how to do this. Now, the easiest way that I've found to get access to that light was by removing the inner part of the wheel well. So there's a fender liner that's in here that protects all of this from any kind of debris that'll be like swirled around from the wheel that's spinning in here. Once you take that out, there's 5 little clips in them that hold the fender liner in place. Once you take that out, you can get access to the backside. I've already gone ahead and removed the clips found on the backside of the fender, so this should come out rather easily for me. However, if this is just your first time doing it and you want to pop this out, there's a couple tabs found on the entire perimeter of the arch that you're going to need to take out so you can get working on this. Now, you don't have to take this out, but just for the purpose of the video, I want to show you guys how this is done. So you can see right here, there's 2 little like nuts, 1, 2, that hold the reflector in place. Also, there's the little LED light that's found in there. So you take that out and you get access to your reflector like that. So I've got a 10mm socket attached to my impact driver. You can take this out. 1 nut and the other one. Now, since I'm not going to be reusing this, it's not going to be a big deal, but that's how you take it out and drop it on the floor. Now, the new one is going to be basically the exact same thing as our old one, but clear. So it should be the exact same design, should be the same shape, and should have the 2 same little mounting spots. So you just grab it and install it from the front, slide it through, and then you're gonna reuse those 2 little nuts we just took out. So you're just gonna have it on there like so. And then at this point, there you have it. There's our clear side reflector now installed. Then when you put the fender back on, all that you see is nothing other than that brake caliper that's really grabbing your attention. Since there's nothing contrasting the pepper white other than the red, there's nothing else that'll distract you. So you can see that we've got these nice clear reflectors found on the front, and it matches the clear headlight assembly, it matches the chrome, and it matches a very nice light colored car. If you have a dark car, you can choose to have a set of tinted side reflectors as opposed to the clear ones. The same thing can be done for the red one found here on the back side of the Mini. So we have our red ones that are for the rear, and we can choose to install a set of clear ones, smoked ones, or even amber ones when you check out the website that I purchased these from. If you guys want to pick up these things, you guys can check the description box for links. So it's the exact same kind of installation. We're going to be popping out, instead of 2 nuts, we're going to be using 1. We're going to take that out, take the LED out, and replace it here, and we're gonna be able to swap the red for the white. And then that right there is with the clear side reflectors on the rear. Now, with both of those done, it's now time to move on to what else I have in store. So these little lights right here are my side turn signals. So whenever you turn on the car, you have a turn signal inside your headlight, inside your tail light, and this light all come on. They all come on at the same time. Now, the bulbs inside there are incandescent bulbs, and the little lens on top is a little bit frosted. So I kind of wanted to change that up with a set of LED turn signals. So I picked these up from Amazon. They're black There's 3 LEDs found on the inside of them, and it's completely plug and play. You take out the old ones and you replace them with these. Now to get this entire mechanism out along with the cable that's attached for the light, since we took out the fender liner down inside the wheel well, we can just put our hand up and get access to the back of it. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now with the hood up, you also can slide your hand through here behind the fender to get access to it, but if you have the wheel liner removed, it's a lot easier to just go from underneath. And then you can take out the wiring for it. And as soon as you have that out, you can push that forward and the entire thing comes out. So we have our stock setup on the right and the aftermarket LED setup on our left. Now, from the stock assembly, all that we're gonna need, we're gonna first take this out. We're gonna take this bulb out. We don't need this or this, so I'm gonna set that aside. And we're gonna just be using this little connector here for our aftermarket LED turn signal to fit into. So we're gonna hook that up, just like so. And then this is ready to go. So this is literally a full plug and play system. There's no modifying, there's no soldering the LEDs or anything. So we just take this out, plug this into our standard wiring harness, and this should work properly. So right here, we can grab our wiring harness, stick that in there. And then from here, we're gonna tuck in this side to the front part of the car, and the little metal clip is gonna go on the back side. And then there you have it. It's mounted in, it's not gonna move, and I'm just gonna go in the car and see if our LEDs work. Now before we jump on into the interior of the vehicle, I'm gonna first show you guys what I have right here on this cart. So I have an arrangement of LED lights that are brand new that I picked up for the Mini. So I have an arrangement of little lights like this. As we move along, we're gonna have different style lights. We have a set of festoons, and we have a set of smaller LED lights that we're gonna be replacing with the vanity mirrors, the license plate lights, and all the interior lights found in the car. At nighttime, when you turn your low beams on, and you turn on the functions for the parking lights, for the rear lights, what also is going to come on is the lights that illuminate the license plate. So there's gonna be 2 of them, one found on this side, one found on this side, and they're gonna be covered up by a little panel like this. This is just gonna diffuse the light and make it so that it spreads over everywhere. And if we pop the trunk, we can see them if we look a little closer in here. So if we take a look at underneath, you can see that I already removed the one little piece of plastic that diffuses the light on this side of the license plate. If we look on the other side, we can see that it's still there. And to take this out, you just install a little flathead screwdriver on the side, twist it out. I'm just gonna get 2 hands for this. With 2 hands, you push this out. This will come down, and it will expose the other light that's found inside of there. Now, when you're taking these out, just be very careful if you want to reuse these things again. When I took out the opposite side, the original light that was found inside of here, I dropped it, it fell on the floor, and it broke. Now, when you're taking this out, just be careful, because like, it's gonna be kind of hard to get footage of this, but you're basically prying it down and out of the way. Okay, it's not working like that. I'm gonna be using a flathead screwdriver. And like, you just move it out of place. So it's out now, and I'm just gonna have to like lower the hatch and let gravity do its thing so I can get this out of where it is right now. And there we have it. There is our little light that we just took out, and this is what comes standard on the cars when you purchase them from the manufacturer. So we're gonna be replacing this little light right here with an LED version of it. So it's the same size, and it's installed the exact same way. So instead of having like a yellow kind of light that's emitted from here, we're gonna have a nice white LED that's gonna illuminate our license plate. So to install this, we're just gonna open this up, and we're gonna be basically just sliding it in place from where the old one was. Once you have both of them in, you just reinstall these little plastic pieces over top from where you took them out from, and then the installation on the trunk is going to be done. Once you've finished installing the set of LEDs on the back, you can go inside the car, turn the key to the on position, and you should be able to see that your LED lights work nicely. Now, if they don't, If they're not turning on, I would take the lights out, turn them 180 degrees so you change the polarity of the light, and then see if it works. That should resolve most of your LED issues. Now moving to the inside part of the Mini, there's an LED light that I have in my hands that I'm ready to install, but I took a look at the car and there isn't an LED light in this certain spot only because I took out most of the interior pieces for the back. This little T10 LED light should be installed over here on the left side, and there's a little wire for it. Since I don't have that interior piece there, well, obviously I don't really need to install this light. There's nothing that it goes into. Now, if we move forward and we take a look at the center dome light found on the top part of the car, there's that little plastic piece that I just pushed off, and this is going to expose the little area on the center where we can put in a new LED light. Now, the kind of light that we're going to be putting in is this right here, and it's a little dome LED wedge. Slide that up in the middle, and you can see right there, see how it doesn't turn on? What I'm going to have to do is turn it 180 degrees, and there you go. Now that works, and that's very bright. Literally just clamps right over top, and you should be able to hear it click in place, and then that right there is installed. Working on the passenger side of the car, if we go down into the footwell area, you can see that I already went ahead and installed an LED in the center, and I'm going to turn my light off just so you guys can see this better. See the nice white LED that the LED makes? Let me show you what it looks like from a regular incandescent bulb that's mounted in the car. So if we open up our glove box, see our yellow light that is emitted from inside the glove box? Well, we're going to be changing that out by switching to LEDs. So for this light, all you're going to do is stick a little screwdriver, a flathead on the side of it, pry this little section here down, and then from this point we can bring this down and switch out the little light that's found in the center. Now I really want to show you guys how simple it is to convert these little lights from the regular incandescent bulbs that come with the cars that produce a yellow light by switching them out and installing a little LED that produces a nice white light. Now on top of that, the LEDs also take up a lot less power to turn on and make the same equivalency amount of brightness. So if you take these out, and I kind of went over that quickly, I'll just bring this closer to the camera. All that you're doing is pulling up on the bulb and it comes out. We're just going to slide the one side on the back side there, and we're just going to be pushing it in and basically doing the opposite of what we did. So like that, push it in place, angle it up, and then you're done. Now this is going to take up a lot less power, as I mentioned, than running these. So say if you leave your car door open, if you leave your LED lights on overnight, if you convert them all to LEDs, you're not going to have an issue, and your battery is not going to be drained the next morning when you go back to your car and try to turn your car on. If you run these, you're not going to have that issue at all. If you guys have ever gone back to your car, maybe you left the trunk open, a door open or anything, or even a light on, a single light on, you go back to your car the next day and it doesn't turn on. When you switch to LEDs, that is not going to be an issue anymore. The next light found on the interior of the car that I want to switch out is going to be in a little bit of a difficult area to show you guys. However, the next one that I want to change is the little light that's found up here behind the wink bar. So this light right there, it's still an incandescent, and if we turn it on, you can see that it gives us a yellow hue. Now, all that we're going to do is we're going to be doing the exact same thing as before. We're going to take off this little cover, take out that little bulb that's in there, and replace it with an LED. And then afterwards, instead of seeing this yellow light, when you turn it on, we're going to see a very bright, nice white LED. Now the next light that I'm working on is, I actually kind of found this a little interesting. I didn't even realize that I had this light until I was looking through my packaging and found out that I had extra LEDs. I'm like, okay, where the heck did these go? So I did it once around the entire car, and I found out that I also have lights found on the bottom part of the door. Now because it's daytime, I couldn't really tell that the light was shining down, but at nighttime, you can notice it. Now I'm going to be changing out the little incandescent bulb that's found in there with an LED. Now something that these little incandescents do that isn't fun is they produce more heat than light. So when you're grabbing them, be careful, they might be a little warm, especially if you have the door open for a little bit. Now not only are these little LEDs going to work better than the incandescents, but they generate less heat and they use less power. So it's again a direct swap. There's no wiring that you need to do. It's literally all plug and play. So you just slide it in the slot, tuck that back up, and then you have your little white LED installed.
these 4 little LEDs that I have right here, these are for the vanity mirrors. So since I took out my vanity mirrors and replaced it with a wink bar, I don't have them there. But if you do, all you do is the exact same procedure where you take out the old bulbs and replace them with the LEDs. There's 4 of them, which means there's 2 LEDs per side. You just switch them out and then you're done. Now, if you guys like this video and you guys want to pick up either an LED kit or the clear side markers, what I did to find these is I went on eBay and Amazon. I typed in my car, so I typed in Mini Cooper R56 LED interior kit, and I also went on Google to find these, and it brought me to a website called eurotuning.com. That's where I picked these things up from, but if you guys still want to find them and you guys can't find them on either of those websites, do a simple Google search. If you're looking for LEDs, type in your car and interior LED kit and clear side markers along with your car in the Google search. If you guys have any questions regarding the installation for this video or any other questions for that matter, throw them down in the comment section below and I'd be more than happy to help. Again guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.